there, my lovelies. This is Jana here. Welcome to my channel. How you been doing? All cool? I hope so. So today we are going to make, well, you guys ask me for Brazilian food all the time. And what better Brazilian food than my grandma's food? She was half German, half Portuguese, but she was born in Brazil. And she used to make a hybrid of a German food and Portuguese food and Brazilian food. And her cooking was brilliant. Because as you know, we in Brazil, we are a melting pot of races and different cultures, indigenous, native cultures, and African and European. It's like this beautiful cacophony of races, and the result is brilliant food. And I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to guide into the steps, which is, by the way, super easy. Now, first off, we're going to start by marinating seitan. You can substitute the seitan for mushrooms, and then you can skip this step because it's not going to make any difference at all. The only thing it's going to make to your mushrooms, the only thing it's going to do to your mushrooms is that it's going to get it super mushy. So don't do it if you're using mushrooms, only if you're using seitan or any kind of a beef substitute. We're going to marinate it in soy sauce, garlic powder, pepper, and a little bit of lemon. Now, a lot of times in the kitchen we talk about ingredients and the tastes that we want to increase. Now, in the case of seitan, there's something that I want to hide and make it vanish, which is that flour taste that seitan sometimes has. And I have two tricks for that. First trick is that always add some acid when you're cooking with seitan, okay? Lemon, vinegar, mustard, anything to cut that taste. And second, you never ever mix the seitan and cook it along with your stew or along with your food. You cook it separately, you brown it because then you're going to lock. Just like as if you would do when you were eating meat, remember? You used to brown the meat first and then add it to the stew because then you lock all the tastes inside and only a little bit is going to communicate with the stew. That's the same principle, okay? So that's what we're going to do here, just the same. And then these marinade is going to the fridge for as long as you want, better 24 hours, overnight, always in the fridge. Alright, so now we're going to start the process, and it couldn't be easier. We're going to saute some onions in olive oil, or it can be water, doesn't matter. And when they are golden brown, we add the garlic spice blend that I made. I made two types. This is a staple at any Brazilian food, and my grandma used to make it and freeze it like I showed you and use it all the time. And I use that. So recipe over here. Only 40 seconds. Careful not to burn it. Burned garlic is unbearable. Some tomato paste. Again, only 1-2 minutes. And then you add chopped tomatoes. And along with that, salt, pepper, turmeric, MSG, which is optional, and oregano. Now again, here is the mixture that my grandmother used to use in the food. I added a couple things more because we need to adapt for the vegan food. So we need to extract the best of the flavors and elevate it into a level that is like unbelievable. So I'll show you along the way. But you can add whatever it is that you prefer. You can add the paprika. You can add, I don't know, guys, wow. Boy, there's a whole plethora of spices and herbs, so go for it. Now you add the veggie broth. Now you can add liquid smoke, a bay leaf, and we're going to cook that until the tomatoes break down. That will be around 30 minutes, 35 minutes in medium-low heat. Covered. Now it's time to add the carrots. Let them cook for 5 minutes. Then add the potatoes. Remember, medium-low heat, okay? So now it's time to brown the seitan. And in a skillet, I'm using my cast iron skillet because I absolutely love it for making a meat substitute. It gives this extra smoky, extra charred taste, which is brilliant. And I will only saute that in olive oil, in its brine, in its marinade, until it gets golden brown all over. And then we turn off the heat, put the seitan in the pot. And we finish with some fresh parsley and a little bit more of lemon juice. Now, the lemon here, it's going to do two jobs. First job, it's going to add the freshness, of course, and it's going to elevate all the flavors, and it's going to give you the impression of more salt in the food, okay? So I think this idea is brilliant. Every time I started using lemon, and I have noticed that I put less salt in the food, which is amazing. We don't need that ridiculous amount of sodium that we consume sometimes, right? I would love to show you a big pot of my grandma's stew, but it is long gone because it was like just delicious. And the right way of serving it is there's none. You can have that with the bread. You can have that, it's brilliant with sourdough bread. You can have that with noodles, and you can make it with mashed potatoes. It's going to be a carb overload, or rice, or a salad. Anything, any way you like. I had to share this with you actually because this was the food that we used to have every Sunday at my grandma's house, and brings back memories, and I want to share that with you because I want you to create new ones, you know. And before you're like, oh, but why do you want to substitute meat? And exactly because of that. Because we don't need to miss those moments in family. We can create new ones with our food adapted from our ancestors. That's the brilliant thing about cooking and being creative. So this is it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. This came straight from my heart to you guys. And if you make it, please tag me. This is going to be super special. And I see you next time. Have a fabulous week. And until then, take care of each other. Bye. See you next week.